Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor, riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost Texas. I bet before they left, he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley P. Chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for B, trying to kill OGs. Tyler, hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's been is you had to drop human blood. Since a knife and drive a lane off of a great bridge.
Hello. Welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a superfan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash.
What's up? I miss when you would say, "What's up, Ash?"
What's up, Ash?
I'm good. What's up, Pete?
Ash, the Oscars are over.
Yeah.
We watched the Oscars. We had some snubs, flubs, chubs,
Okay, yeah, I guess.
grubs.
Yeah?
Ash, we're going to do... We never do the game first, but we're doing the game first.
Okay.
This is it's the Oscar wrap-up. Mm-hmm. We're going to pay tribute by rating vampire movies
Okay.
that didn't necessarily get Oscars, but the segment is called Rap or Slap.
Okay.
We're going to, if we like it, we're going to wrap it up in a cape. Mm-hmm. The movie.
Right.
And if we dislike it, we're going to slap it back into the coffin.
Wrap it and slap it?
Wrap it and slap it.
Okay.
Unrelated to the Oscars, but...
Just like you were inspired by it.
Yeah, somehow, I don't know, there's some kind of connection there. I don't know what it was. All right, wrap it or slap it.
Okay.
Twilight 1.
Wrap it.
You're wrapping it?
Yeah. Because it's the first. You're like, whoa, what is this? This is silly and weird.
I haven't seen Twilight 1 all the way through, but I'm slapping it. Get back in the coffin.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I do really like Pattinson and Stewart.
Right. But not so much in that movie.
Well, I don't know. If I watched it, probably when I watched it, I was like, oh, these stupid teen movies or whatever. Mm-hmm. I might have a new appreciation for it now, but who knows?
Right.
All right. One rap, one slap. Okay. Daybreakers.
Oh, rap. Daybreakers was great.
Wrap it in a cape. So good. Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe. We watched it for the podcast Bite Me. Mm-hmm. People should go over and check out Bite Me, the podcast.
Yeah.
Where they watch vampire movies.
And you can listen to our app.
Yep. We did Daybreakers on there. All right. Night Teeth.
Oh, yeah. We saw Night Teeth semi-recently, right?
It was a 2020 or 2021 Netflix orig.
I don't know. I could go either way.
I probably will never watch it again.
Yeah, I definitely won't watch it again.
I would wrap it in a cape and slap it into the coffin.
Yeah, so I think that's what I would do too.
Like, all right, here's a cape. Whoopsh.
And then you're out of here.
Yeah.
Agree.
30 Days of Night.
Oh, that's a wrap, but I haven't seen that since I first saw it a long, long time ago. But I remember that it was really cool.
I did a relatively recent rewatch.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, probably in the past 5 years. And I think I only got halfway through it just because it was late at night or something like that. I don't know, but it was.
Are you wrapping it again?
I'm wrapping it. I've wrapped that right in the.
Yeah, in the cape.
In a cape, yeah. Fright Night, the remake with Yelchin and Colin Farrell.
Oh, I remember this one well. This is a wrap.
I would wrap that in a cape.
I think that was good, and you were like, I feel like it kept you guessing. Like you thought it was going to go a certain way, but you weren't exactly sure. I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was good. Colin Farrell was great.
Colin Farrell is always great.
Speaking of Oscars, did not get the win on Oscar night,
Yeah.
but he looked great, and he seemed nice.
He is nice. I met him several times.
Yep.
He's wonderful.
All right, Ash. I don't know if this is technically a vampire movie. I think it kind of is.
Okay.
I Am Legend.
Oh, I Am Legend. Wrap it.
Wrap it up in a cape. Don't slap that.
That's a good one. I mean, probably the CGI is bad now if you were to rewatch it, but originally it was good and scary, and I like the premise. I never read the book though.
I did. It was similar-ish, I think. I think it had kind of a different ending, but I forget the book's ending. Ash, at a different why. Mm-hmm. I was on the treadmill. This was probably pre-pandemic, so it was probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I Am Legend was on the TV, and I was just jogging,
running
and it was
away,
and it was at the end, and I was just like.
Oh. I thought you were gonna be like you were running away, but you were just on your treadmill.
Away from the zombie vamps.
The zombies, yeah.
Ash, that's it. Rap and slap.
I think I rapped them all except Night Teeth was a rap and a slap.
Yeah.
None was just like a full slap.
There aren't too many vampire stinkers that we've seen. I'm sure they're out there. Mm-hmm. There's a whole Twilight saga, so you might have to get your slapping hand ready for that. But I don't know. We didn't get to those. Okay, that's it. Just a little.
Okay.
That's
That's the only acceptable slapping that you can have is into the coffin.
Slap these vampires into the coffin. Don't slap hosts.
No, definitely don't do that.
Ash. Season 4, episode 12, A View to Kill. We could have rapped and slapped Bonds. We could have
You know, you're a Bond boy.
You know, I might have professed to be a Bond boy too early.
What? You're taking it back?
Well, here's the thing.
You cannot take it back.
I watched the Daniel Craigs. Mm-hmm. I said I'm a Bond boy. Love this Bond. Love DC. Mm-hmm. D. Craig. That is a great set of movies. Then started watching the Brosnans. I was like, okay. And then Amazon took down all the Bonds were free and they took them down. And I can't say that I have jumped back into being a Bond boy.
Well, you watched 20 hours of Bond.
Yes.
In succession.
And I'll never forget that summer, the summer of Bond. Mm-hmm. I'll have to get into those older ones.
And then you would drink Brothers Bond while you watched the Bonds.
Hey, I'm drinking Brothers Bond right now.
So you're a Bond boy through and through.
I'm a Bond boy in that way.
And so this episode is titled after one of those Bonds?
A View to Kill, not one of the D. Craigs, but one of the older ones. Probably a.
Is it literally called A View to Kill? Or
probably
something?
a Sean Connery.
Is it a pun or that's the actual title?
Of what?
The Bond.
It's called A View to Kill.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was A View to Spill and this one, it's just how titles do that.
I hope we don't have a view to spill tonight. Ash, cold open.
Oh yeah, the super super short cold open.
Patented segment on this podcast. Okay.
It's 30 seconds long.
Stefan wakes up next to Rebecca. He whooshes dressed real quick.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how fast his clothes came off.
Probably.
But Klaus is at the door. Oopsies.
He'd busted.
Are they staying at Alaric's apartment?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Rebecca has her own spot.
She has her own flat.
Yeah, because she even said that. She's like, "This is my place." What did she call her brother? She didn't call him brother.
Klaus.
Oh, Nick. This is my place, Nick.
Nick.
Mind your own business.
Mind your P's and Q's.
What do you think about how all these originals have different accents from each other?
Yeah, I mean, you can explain that away. They're 1,000 years old. This one was in Nolens. This one was in Budapest.
Some of them were daggered for hundreds of years.
Ash, Were any of them in Budapest?
I will never tell.
Okay, new Pete-diction. They spent time in Budapest.
Nick. That's how she says it. Nick.
Rebecca, okay, after the title, Rebecca says Klaus is creeping on them. They do exposition. All right, where are we at? Cole has the white oak ash steak.
Yeah.
Okay. And the daggers and homicide on the brain.
Yeah. And he had compelled Damon to kill Jeremy.
Yeah, so that's why Damon is in the Vervain dungeon.
Bled out.
Mm-hmm. Cole's fear of Silas, Billy Silas, has pushed him over the edge. Klaus asks Rebecca for the white oak ash. She says, okay, this was so funny. She says, no, I'm going to shower. And then Stefan and Klaus are just still standing there and they're about to talk and there's a little squeak.
Yeah, there's a
Squeak. She must have whooshed over to turn on the shower. Squeak. And their knob. So silly. That was so funny.
Yeah, we didn't need to have a sound effect of her turning on the shower.
No.
She could have just been like, I'm taking a shower. Because she's like, you better be gone before I get out of the shower. We didn't need to hear it turn on. It was funny. It was funny.
That was truly like the assistant editor or like the sound designer just like having a laugh. Mm-hmm. Klaus tells Stefan to talk sense into her. Stefan is going to play prison guard because Damon is in the Vervain dungeon because he's compelled to kill Jeremy. Mm-hmm. And Klaus asks Stefan to help me dagger Cole so they can eventually get a human Elena.
Right. They're trying to stop Cole because Cole is trying to stop everyone from finding the cure. So they're like, we gotta stop. There's like 800 plans in this episode.
Yeah, so many plans.
But this particular plan is that they want to dagger Cole so he's not in the way of them getting the cure, basically. To like dumb it down a little bit.
Yeah, I said, what, is this a friggin' Death Cab for Cutie album? There's so many plans. All right, Bonnie is prepping the decade dance. Mm-hmm. What are they doing, the 80s now?
80s, yeah.
Elena's on the phone. Jeremy's on house arrest, but he's just playing video games with Matt.
Right.
And they have a bunch of weapons out on the kitchen table.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're practicing because they're playing like some shooting game.
Mm-hmm. There's some toxic masculinity going on in there.
I know, and Elena's like, can you please put away these weapons so no one uses them against me?
Right.
Because they're like all things that would kill her. Because she's a vampire.
She's a vampire. Elena's plan is for Jeremy to kill Cole, and then every vampire that Cole has turned will die, and then the hunter's mark will be complete, which I was like, you get a one-for-all deal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were skeptical that would work or not.
Which I guess it does, but...
Mm-hmm. In the very end, we can see that, but...
So has he not killed a vampire previous to that had a lineage? He just...
Apparently not, because
killed freshies?
Because he just got the little bit. But because he had killed people that were just turned for the most part.
Yeah.
Like that pizza girl.
It's like
And
to kill Cole is like a Herbalife or like one of those or Lulu Row or whatever, like multi-level marketing. Like he kills the top one and then he gets all their customers.
Which is pretty crazy that he kills an original because they've spent whole seasons trying to find or kill or dagger an original, and it's so hard. Mm-hmm. And he was able to kill Cole like not that, and it wasn't that difficult.
Yeah. Oh man, Klaus is so mad.
Klaus is so mad.
All right, we'll get there.
Yeah. They knew he was gonna be mad.
He's so mad. He's like scary mad.
Yeah.
Elena thinks Jeremy will get credit. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Bonnie makes a 99 Luftballons reference.
Yeah.
Elena washes her hands, and it's hot or something, but
There's
it's vervain
in the water.
Yeah. Something in the water.
Water in the town has been contaminated with vervain on purpose by Bonnie's dad.
Which you know his name.
Rodney Smith.
No.
Rooney.
Close. Mayor Gentleman Dad Rudy Hopkins.
Rudy Hopkins.
There's also a curfew, and the dance is canceled. No, Bonnie blew up all those balloons.
I know, she's so mad when the dad tells her that the dance is canceled. I would be too. She's like, I literally just blew up 89 balloons.
And her dad's like, head home for a family meeting. And I was like, what? How's your dad gonna be like a family meeting between the two of us? But then we see why. Later.
That's also what Bonnie's thinking. Like, what do you mean a family meeting? There's two of us, and also we've never ever had one.
But before she leaves, Cole whooshes over, presses Bonnie up, but she squeezes his brain, and the balloons start popping, and she is powerful.
She's a little bit surprised by her own power.
Via the expression.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Damon wakes up in the Vervain basement. Mm-hmm. Vervain dungeon. Not to be confused with an uncle
basement, yeah.
Damon... Stefan is there watching him. Damon claims that he woke up feeling unmurderous.
Yeah, he's like, can I just get out?
Which is my favorite TLC song.
Unmurderous? Uh-huh. What, unpretty? Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Stefan throws Damon a little blood and some Fiji water. The patented square bottle.
Yeah.
We know that.
For sure.
That's what I drink all the time. That or Voss.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever had Voss?
Oh, all the time. That's what I even water my plants with.
Oh my gosh, that would be terrible.
Between Voss and Fiji, it's hard to pick, but which one do you like better?
Fiji. It's pretty, and also I don't think I've ever had Voss.
Klaus is there to give him blood every couple of hours so he doesn't desiccate.
Yeah, gross. I don't like that word.
Me neither. It's like masticate.
It's just a lot of things that don't sound good to me.
Like, oh, he's over there masticating.
Desiccate. I don't know. I don't like it.
Damon tells Klaus that Stefan is mad at him for getting with Elena. Mm-hmm. Klaus spills the beans. That Stefan was with Rebecca, so the bros know each other's dirty laundry.
They're just waiting to say this. Like, this news gets said a couple times in this episode, never by Stefan and never by Rebecca. They're just gossiping, just to put it out there.
They need to wrap up in some capes and get back in the coffin.
Slapped into their coffin.
Stefan is going to get the dagger from Rebecca.
Hold on, wouldn't it be a totally different show if they wore capes and went in the coffin?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. If it was just like, oh, Elena, and swipes his cape and walked off. And then, like, Demon's like, all right, ladies, let's get in the coffin.
It'd be so different.
That'd be great. I would love some old tropey stuff every now and then.
There's more of that in, like, True Blood.
Oh, yeah. True Blood really has fun with it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I wish True Blood didn't lose me with the fairy stuff. Spoilers, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know how much of the show what there was after the fairy stuff. That was, I feel like, towards the end.
Okay. Because it was really good for the first several seasons.
Yeah, for sure.
But everything gets ramped up too high, and everything is like, now there's 7 realms, and...
Like, yeah, you could just... I like always just the core cast. I don't need you to get crazy with it. Yeah. Like, I love season 1 of Vampire Diaries. Just classic.
That is kind of a Bill Bill the vampire, and then Skarsgård the vampire, and then what's her face?
Sookie.
Yeah.
Sookie Stackhouse? I just pulled that out.
I think probably that is it. We're kind of a Elena, Damon, Stefan dynamic.
Yeah. I almost remembered Bill's last name. But I couldn't remember Rudy, whatever.
Hopkins.
Yeah. There's just some characters I'm like, I will not know your name.
Well, Skarsgård is Skarsgård.
Right.
You don't need a better name than that. All right. But that's neither here nor there.
Little tangent.
That took place in New Orleans, by the way.
Yeah.
For some reason on the net, probably Twitter, I saw who was Buddy from he worked at Merlot's and he wore like guy liner.
Yeah. I know who you mean, but I can't think of his name.
For some reason there was some scene on, and I watched it and I was like, that show was good.
It was good.
'Cause
we could do it. Well, we wouldn't be a super fan because we both saw it. But
I saw most of
I
it.
have seen all of the episodes.
But he was like telling off some hicks, and actually one of the dudes was from Ozark, big beardy guy from Ozark. It was like young big beardy from Ozark. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I want to say LaFontaine or
Yeah.
Lafayette.
Yeah.
He was telling off this redneck, and it was great. I was like, that looks good and ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And that Ozark guy played a different kind of redneck, I guess.
He's got a look.
Look, there's lots of different kinds of rednecks. They're very okay. Anyway, that show was good. Ozark is good.
For sure.
This show is good too.
Yeah, we love it.
All right. Stefan gets a call. It's Elena. Cole just tried to kill Bonnie.
I like how Stefan cares about Bonnie. He's like, oh my gosh, she okay?
Yeah. He's like, I don't care about Elena. Oh, Bonnie, oh. Elena doesn't want to dagger Cole. She wants Jeremy to kill Cole. Stefan's like, uh-oh. Klaus and Rebecca will kill all of us. And then Elena's like, you need to dagger Rebecca. So everyone's like, you need to do these things. They're going to be so difficult.
Right. So now Stefan is part of two different plans. He can either dagger Cole and just continue on, or speed up the process, help them kill Cole, but Rebecca will be too mad and kill everyone else, so he has to dagger Rebecca, who he just slept with the night before.
Oh my gosh.
And was previously like in love with in the 20s.
In the 20s. When did this become the plan show? Every episode there's a new freaking 10 plans.
There's so many plans.
Each character has a new plan. Sometimes they overlap. Oh my gosh. So many plans.
I want to know your plans.
Also, I was wondering, when Cole doesn't use his credit card, does he use Cole's cash? Real heads no. Okay. Stefan can't dagger. Rebecca. Matt. Oh, yeah, because he can't dagger. Because vampires can't.
He can't.
But Matt can. Oh, yeah. And then Bonnie's like, I think I can get Klaus out of the picture temporarily.
And she does not elaborate.
She does not. And we see later it's like putting him in a mime box in a living room. Which, okay, I guess she can do that now. Right.
But I wouldn't, if I was Stefan, I wouldn't have taken Bonnie for her word. Like, oh, I can just take care of Klaus temporarily. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's like, now you're not asking questions.
I would truly love that in my life, to be able to, besides with you,
of course,
to be like, okay, hey, other person besides me, handle that. And then it was handled and I didn't have to think about it at all. But that seldom happens. It's like, hey, take care of this. Here, I did it half-assed 3/4 of the way and it didn't work.
So then you end up doing it. Yeah. But I guess they took Bonnie at her word. They asked no questions.
Yeah, I just have baggage from literally today.
That's okay.
But you always do that. I always say, I wish that I could just be doing one thing and someone could be doing something else at the same time that's helpful.
Right, and that is literally how we operate in our marriage 24/7.
But that's not how these acquaintances out here operate.
No, but then we can high five and be like, we did all the things. Let's relax.
I know. All right, Cole gets a call from Jeremy. Or is it Jeremy? And Cole's like, want to meet up at the
batting cages in Denver, sweet burn. Because they were friends for so long, I forgot about
because
that.
Jeremy didn't know he was an original.
It's Elena, not Jeremy. We need to call a truce in the name of Silas. And that piques Cole's interest.
So this is Elena's way of getting Cole in one place so they can kill him.
So Cole is like, I'll come to you. And then he shows up outside of their house.
Like immediately.
He can't kill Jeremy because he doesn't want the hunter's curse. And so he's waiting outside, and Elena like writes a note to Jeremy, like, go get Bonnie. And then
Because they don't want him to hear it, so that's why she's writing the note.
and Jeremy's the only one who can invite Cole inside
Because he's the only human, and he owns the house.
Yeah, Elena's a vampire. We know this.
But Matt can't do it either because he doesn't own the house.
Cole has an old iPhone and headphones.
Right.
Probably new then.
Yeah, I was going to say new then, old now.
Jeremy invites Cole in and leaves. And Cole's like, can you believe you can have music anytime you want to hear it? Oh, it was an iPod, we said.
Yeah, it was iPod. Which at that time of life, that was amazing. Now it's the norm. But also being Cole, being super duper old, one of the literal original vampire family members. That's got to be an amazing discovery.
Yeah, what if he had an iPod shuffle? I feel like I'm 1,000 years old. I can only get the shuffle. Why can't I get
The full.
the 4 gig?
It wasn't the old iPod though. It wasn't like the
wasn't.
classic white one like you had. It was like a little bit of a newer generation where it was a little thinner.
Yeah, it wasn't the exact click wheel. I don't know. It kind of looked like a phone, TBH.
But it wasn't.
He wasn't making calls.
Well, he was making calls
Oh, phone.
with Elena.
He was on the phone, Ash. It was an iPhone.
I thought it was a phone, and then you were like, no, it's an iPod.
I think you said it was an iPod.
I said it was a phone. Maybe I said both.
I think you were just talking booty chatter. Okay. Rebecca, they're at the school. Oh, no, they're at her place. She says the 80s were tragic. She's looking for something to wear to the dance. Rebecca asks Stefan if he's asking her to the dance, which that's what she wants.
Of course.
They talking about their relationship. Will their last evening's escapades happen again? Even if Rebecca doesn't give Stefan the dagger, will Stefan give her the dagger? Why do you care about a high school dance, Stefan asks. And she claims she doesn't care about the high school dance.
Yeah, she's like trying to be too cool to care. Everyone knows she cares the most.
And Stefan says they can still go. Like, why would these rules apply to them?
Yeah, they're like, well, who cares if it's canceled?
Klaus says that Damon should have done his job and trained Jeremy up at the lake. Training montage. They talk about the past few episodes. They're like, oh, did you see Catch Me If You Can, episode 11? This is what happened.
Yeah, they're kind of blaming each other for like where they're at and how they haven't gotten to the cure yet.
Yep, Klaus gives Damon a hard time about the sire bond with Elena or compulsion. And, okay, so Damon says, Klaus murdered Carol Lockwood, and you're worried that Caroline will never forgive you for killing Ty's mom.
Right, because he says this because Klaus is like, what do you do to make Elena love you even though you've done all this bad stuff? And that's when he's teasing him, but he's actually curious because Damon's right, because of exactly what Damon said.
He's doing it just kidding but serious.
Exactly.
Yeah, we saw no Ty, no Caroline this episode. Caroline's probably mad. Ty's probably so mad. Huh?
Tylerine?
Tylerine?
Yeah. There were a bunch of ship names back when the show aired. I don't remember them, but Tylerine, that's really funny. I mean, obviously we know Stelena, Delana, but Tylerine is really funny.
Stebecca. Rebecca Ann. Rebethan.
Rebecca.
Klaus is a dick and not worth forgiving. Damon says that he does things for a reason, but Klaus does things because he's a jerky.
Mean. Yeah.
And he should get slapped back in the coffin, Damon says.
So Damon's like, you can do bad stuff, but it has to be for a good reason.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. Cole is playing video games. Elena says she has old people alcohol.
Yeah. She was like, oh, sorry, it took me a minute. I had to go get the old people alcohol. What does that mean? Just not
got?
like...
What she got? Prune vodka?
I don't know what she could mean by it. Like, what does she drink? She drinks Brothers Bond with the boys, and then...
Every once in a while, I guess.
And then what else?
Wine sometimes.
And, like, beer at high school parties, I guess. She's drank from the keg before.
Yeah, she doesn't have a signature drink yet.
No.
She's only 18.
Right.
Or 17.
So all alcohol should be old people alcohol. But
Yeah.
she's like she's 18.
18 forever. Cole and everybody lived in Nolans until Klaus daggered them. I knew they lived in New Orleans.
You called it. You called it so long ago.
Probably first episode.
First episode or first season?
Definitely first season, probably first episode. Because I was like, what's Damon doing? He was like, I've been down in Nolans. I bet I said that. Huh. Who could know? It's not like it's recorded anywhere. All right, Elena and Klaus both want the cure. Mm-hmm. She'll give it up if Cole leaves. She'll be a vampire if Cole leaves. Mm-hmm. Jeremy alone.
Cole leaves. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same.
And then she's trying to make nice with Cole. Mm-hmm. It's very transparent. Teach me how to make this old people drink.
She's stalling him, but trying to just be friendly with him so she can get what she wants.
Yeah, stalling for time because she texts Jeremy and he hasn't found Bonnie yet. And then Cole is just creeping on the creep.
Yeah, this plan to kill Cole is taking so long. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't really have had Cole, like, come over until they had, like, all their stuff. They should have been like, all right, we got the steak, we got the daggers, you know, Caroline's taken care of, Klaus is stuck in the house,
Trouble's a brewing.
And now, let's kill Cole. Yep. But no, they try to do it, like, all at once, and it is not going well.
Yeah, they cut away to Jeremy trying to find Bonnie. Then they cut back. Cole is making Elena a drink, and Cole is good at video games. And they talk about, you've killed, I've killed. And are we going to talk about Silas or just jibber jabber? And Matt texts, a lot of texting. Mm-hmm. They're not texting on those iPhones, though.
No, they have, like, Blackberries, I think.
Matt doesn't have the dagger. He's looking through Rebecca's stuff. Okay. Cole says no one else thinks Silas exists, but Cole knew these witches who knew Silas. He's afraid of Silas.
He's known groups of witches over like many centuries.
Yep, he's known a couple different groups of witches. Like this witch over here was saying, and then this other witch. And these witches be crazy. And
they're all talking about Silas.
Uh-huh. He's afraid Silas will unleash hell on Earth, but Cole likes Earth the way it is.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't want to die. I'm immortal.
And Cole says, people don't believe in the Bible. Strong.
Yeah.
Strong message from Cole.
True for some people.
Bonnie's dad has her phone and car keys, and they're having a family meeting. And just the two of them so far. Mm-hmm. Jeremy raps on the door. Mm-hmm. Her dad says,
he's like, I've been trying to call you.
I know. Jeremy gives no care to this dad.
No.
He's like, Bonnie, Elena's in trouble.
Yeah, we need you to come right now.
Get out of here, Rudy Hopkins. And Cole is up in the house, is up in their house. Mm-hmm. And then Abby, the mom, shows up. What? It is a family meeting. Now I understand.
Now it makes sense why you called it that so many times.
Can't it be a meeting between just two? I guess so. But now the mom is there. Abby.
Yeah, Bonnie is surprised.
Mom Abby is saying, who is Professor Shane? Professor Shane is brought up.
I know. And Bonnie has totally changed her tune about Professor Shane. She just uses him in ways that benefit herself, I feel like. Before she was like, Professor Shane is nice and he's helping me and he's giving me all these things. And now she's like, he's crazy. He tried to kill all the people in the house, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, why are you flipping and flopping, Bonnie?
Probably because she's a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, true.
All right. Jeremy needs Bonnie's help. He stiff arms the parents. And then my daughter is done helping Elena Gilbert, Abby says, and Jeremy tries to stab her mom off the break. That was crazy.
Because he's a vampire hunter and she's a vampire.
He was like, huh? And then Bonnie
has that connection with him.
Yeah, and they're like, get out of here. You can't come over and stab my mom, Jeremy.
Yeah, she's like, this is my mom. Even though she's being a total B.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Total W.
Yeah. Please don't murder her immediately.
Witches be crazy.
A total V. Vampire.
Yeah. Cole is in the house, doesn't believe that Elena is willing to give up so much for her bro, give the cure for her bro. Cole doesn't buy it. And then he leaves, probably just get the hearing on.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't go far based on what we see later.
Stefan and Rebecca go to the empty dance at the high school.
At the high school, yeah. The decades dance.
They play movie. Okay, Rebecca's like, they play movies on TV all night. The gym is decorated. Stefan puts on the Cure. That was cool.
I thought you were going to like that.
However, okay, I probably am guilty of this so much in stuff I write. But, he starts talking about movies and stuff, and I was like, ugh. Stefan.
I mean, it just sounds silly coming from him, I think. Because he's always so, doing serious vampire stuff. For him to be like, oh, yeah, say anything. It's a good movie. It's have we literally ever seen you sit down and watch a movie?
No.
In the years we've known you? Never.
Lloyd Dobler holds the TV over his head, and that's great. Okay, Stefan.
This whole time that they're at the school, though, I feel bad because Stefan is stalling and he's supposed to dagger Rebecca the whole time, and we know this. And I just always feel bad for Rebecca because she does just want to be a normal girl.
Girls just want to have fun.
Yeah, seriously.
Stefan says Rebecca would have loved the 80s because she cared about sentimental stuff, and he gives her a koala corsage. And then they dance to the Cure.
Yeah. Have you seen that koala thing in real life?
No, I don't know.
No?
But then they referenced it again later, and I was like, I guess that was a thing.
Yeah, I've seen them before, on people's, visors in their car and stuff.
I feel like I've seen a pencil top.
Yeah, but it doesn't go, on your pencil. It, holds it. Its hands squeezed tight.
Oh, you don't put the eraser, up its butthole?
No, those are different kinds of ones.
Okay. Jeremy goes back in the house with his stake gun. Elena's there. Cole left, but then Cole is back. Oh, yeah, they were like, are you going to do a truce? And he was like, I'll think about it. And then he just listened. And he's like, your request for truce is denied. It was doing paperwork that whole time.
Right, because Elena immediately was like, I tried to stall him as long as I could.
Oh, yeah, did we already say? Oh, yeah, he did get invited in. Oh, my gosh, these people inviting these... Even when I have a person who knocks on the door and is like, let me talk to you about Verizon, I go outside. I'm not inviting people into my house and stuff.
No way.
Oh my God. And they're my vampires. They can just come and whisper in your ear when you're sleeping.
And they can compel the vampires.
And the people, yeah.
Because they're the original.
What if you invited a Verizon person into your house and then in the middle of the night they were like, we can give you a better rate than Xfinity. I'd be like, ah! And I'd stake them.
That is so sad. It's so scary.
Oh my gosh. What's your download speed? Ah!
The Watcher on Netflix had some like house repairing, like renovating stuff going on. And then there was also some weird stuff where there was stuff happening in the house that they couldn't explain. Mm-hmm. So that stuff is scary to be like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna just come and like be in your house for a while, or girl or whoever. I mean, whatever. But this person, and it's like now they know my house and like where my stuff is.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, if anyone came in our house, they know we don't have anything. They might be like, oh, that's a nice one mic.
Yeah. We'll take this bottle of wine and get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can go in whenever he wants. Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah.
Because he's dead.
I mean, for this short period of time, he could.
Yep. He really didn't get his money's worth. He didn't get his Cole's cash worth.
No, he should have stayed out, actually.
He should have in hindsight. Mm-hmm. Bonnie is talking to her parents. Shane said that you have dark magic. It's not dark magic, it's expression. Mm-hmm. They found a cure, Mom. A cure for vampirism. I can save you, Mom. I think that's a real line in there. Then Abby jumps up and puts powder or something on her face. I don't know. I was typing trying to figure out what was going on, but...
It looked like she shoved, like, a whole bunch of, like...
herbs.
Brown, like, coffee grinds or, like, brown sugar on her mouth, and then she fell asleep.
Oh, that's kind of what I do every night. And the dad helps. So these parents are just, like, straight powdering their daughters' mouths. It's crazy. Klaus is trying to call Stefan. And because Stefan's supposed to be getting the dagger. Damon is all desiccated.
Not yet.
Okay. Klaus gives him some more blood. Klaus wishes Damon would try to break out.
This is when Damon's like, I feel like he's acting like he's like drunk / high, but he's like,
He is.
And like being all like whiny and silly, and like his eyes are rolling around and stuff. It's like, that's not, I don't think that was a good choice for him being almost desiccated. Like, think about when Catherine was almost desiccated in the uncle basement. Uh-huh. When they had her locked up in there, like, that, she was kind of scary, remember? She was like all like...
all gray and veiny.
Veiny and thin and weak. Not like, oh my God.
Trying to catch her gray and veiny.
I feel like it was kind of weird.
Damon is compelled to kill Jeremy, so he wants to stay put. Klaus talks about Stefan resisting compulsion and says Stefan has like more love than Damon.
For Elena, yeah.
And Damon must be scared about what will happen if they find the cure. Will Elena go back to Stefan?
Right. But Damon sort of wants the cure so he can find out if Elena truly loves him or not. Mm-hmm. But it is scary. He is scared. And then also, we didn't mention how Elena's plan for Jeremy to kill Cole is also good, because if Cole is dead, the compulsion ends for Damon.
Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. All right, Cole is going to rip off Jeremy's arms.
Because he didn't know which one, because he can't see the tattoo. That's funny. He's like, oh, which one is it? Oh, I'll just do both.
And Elena has a crossbow. Mm-hmm. Power move. Klaus fights Damon. What's going on? Damon says he doesn't know. Klaus compels him to tell him to stay put. But Damon had drank some of the Fiji. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, did he drink vervain, and would that hurt him or not have him be compelled? I don't know.
There was something next to him.
There was a shot of the water and maybe something next to it, but the water, some of it was gone. Mm-hmm. Were they showing that he drank some water?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know what that other... I don't know.
Unless it was vervain water that Stefan hooked him up with.
But wouldn't that burn his insides?
Yeah, but they, like, have gotten used to drinking it.
Oh, yeah, because...
Catherine taught them that.
They dose themselves a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it could be vervain water, but no one ever says for real. Like, we don't know for sure.
That's true. They were surprisingly very subtle for once.
Right. Usually they're like, man, drinking that vervain water was hard to get down.
I'm glad I drank that vervain water.
Yeah, that's more accurate, but...
Why did they have to make vervain water taste so good?
They didn't bring it up.
Stefan and Rebecca are having fun at the dance.
Yeah.
Stefan is thinking about Lexi, though.
Mm-hmm. I like when he talks about Lexi.
Remember when she compelled the band to do tequila shots? She was fearless like you.
Yeah. Actually, he says she compelled half the band.
Yeah, half the band.
I thought about, why not the whole band?
Probably the other half walked in and was like, yeah, shots.
Yeah. Also,
And
why
why
would you have to compel a band to
yeah.
take shots? We had that thought at the same time.
Oh my gosh. They were all sober. She ruined their recovery.
Yeah. Which is
She
really
was-
off-brand for Lexi because she's all about recovery.
Yeah, she was an enabler. Stefan was a better person with Lexi. Never thought he'd feel that way again. And then Rebecca's like, until Elena. And he was like, okay, yes. And then he's like, but also you. I was great with Lexi, great with Elena, but also you. It's like, okay. And then the whole Rebecca's like, this is why I don't let myself care. Humanity, turn it off, blah, blah, blah.
And he's like, that's not true.
That's not true.
And he talks about that they both are into those kinds of things. I like how he included himself. Like, we like to love and feel and we care.
Rebecca has the dagger in her boot.
Yeah.
Stefan texts Matt to come get the dagger out of the boot. Mm-hmm. And then we'll skip to it that he wants her to take off her boot. That's so stupid.
When they start doing
The Breakfast Club slide, which he
Yeah.
didn't even do the friggin' Tom Cruise underwear slide. Mm-hmm. What if he came down like, na 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 na, in his underwear?
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Oh my gosh. But they did the breakfast. I mean, I know Risky Business more than Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. There's a Breakfast Club slide, I guess.
He's like, oh, here's another. It's at the very, very end. It's like the last scene.
Of Breakfast Club?
Yeah, and then it's like a freeze frame on the credits.
Okay, I kind of know that.
But he's like, oh, it works better without your boots.
Yeah.
And like, she's like, seriously, I'm not that dumb. Like, do you want this dagger? Because she doesn't think he's going to use it on her. She knows he wants to use it on Cole. So she's like, okay, fine, just go dagger, Cole.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what was funny? He was like, all right. She was like, oh, but I need music. And he was like, okay, I'll just sing for you. So take those old daggers off the shelf. But I was definitely paying attention to what you said, too. Not just thinking about that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she totally got it. But yeah, what if... I mean, it would be so cold if she was like, fine, take the dagger to dagger Cole. And he was like, I'm not daggering Cole. Psh, daggered her.
I know. It would have been like evil Stefan. It just doesn't fit with his character for him to do that.
No, that's not even being a ripper. That's being a...
Total jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been so bad. So it's good that
He should have done that. Pff, credits.
that would have been nuts.
Figure it out next episode.
People would have been like losing it.
They would have been like, why is this episode only 35 minutes long?
That's just where the craziness happened.
That's where
No, I'm glad.
That's where Pete was in the writer's room.
Right. That's when you're like, man, I guess he did turn off his humanity.
Yeah.
But no, he had humanity. He didn't dagger Rebecca. And he's like, let's get out of here. And I was like, oh, good. Okay, good. He's still good.
You know, one time Stefan went to Vegas
Did you listen to me that time
and
or no?
saw the Cirque du Soleil show. Actually, he got someone to bootleg it, and then they were watching it later on a video, and he turned off the Zoomanity.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone will hate that joke, and I'm sorry that I said it. And I wasn't listening to you. I'm sorry. But
I guess you'll never know.
I'll re-listen.
I just told you how the series ended.
No. Well, good. Then I won't listen to it.
Just kidding.
Cole is chasing Elena around the house. He busts through the door. Jeremy misses him with the stakes, but Elena shoots him with a gun.
A bunch of times.
He throws a stake at Elena. I thought he got her in the heart. I thought she was dead. I thought this was the end of her.
You really did?
No, but I thought that
Because she was like, oh.
I thought he got her in the heart and they were going to pull some magic BS.
Again.
But instead it was her tum.
Yeah, and he stabbed her with part of the railing of the stairs. He was like,
Oh, man.
and then just, so it wasn't even like smooth and
Oh.
it was like clunky. It was like boom, 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 you know?
Ew.
Like a railing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then later she slides her body forward because it's poking through her into the wall. And she's trying to pull it out. She's trying to pull it out, but she can't. So she just pushes against the wall and pushes her body forward and leaves the dagger in the wall. And it was gross.
You know, these Kevin Williamson touches because he does that in the Scream 6 out in theaters now, which we need to see. No spoilers.
We need to see ASAP, no spoilers.
But those are those touches where it's like, ooh, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that.
So bad.
Cole. Okay, Jeremy is also hurt. Cole is ready to rup his arm off. Type of.
Rup.
Oh yeah, Breakfast Club slide. We skipped there.
We said all this. Elena got daggered.
Okay, but also Matt is creeping
Yeah.
on the low. And Pug snores in the background.
Finally.
And she wants the cure, Ash. Rebecca wants to be cured. She wants to be human. She wants prom and she wants kids. Would she really... If she was human, she'd be like, and first thing, high school again.
Probably.
Probably. All right.
I think that is what she would do.
Let Klaus put down my brother and find a cure.
She's like, okay, dagger Cole.
And she just hands it to Stefan and Matt's like, huh?
Yeah, because Stefan is supposed to be daggering Rebecca.
That's like, what?
And he's around the corner like, well, that's weird.
He gives... all right. Shoes in the bed notwithstanding. I've come to enjoy Matt.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
He's got good faces. And he is like, I'm human. I'm trying to drink some beers, play video games, and not get killed.
And he's seriously such a good friend. Like, he let Elena drink his blood for like a whole week.
Yeah, he was into it, though, I think we said.
Yeah.
Abby and Rudy, which tragic first names for them. And is it Abby Hopkins? We don't know. Is Bonnie's last name Hopkins? We don't know the last name status of this fam, but Abby and Rudy and Bonnie. Okay, they drugged Bonnie. They need to get witches here to clean her mind of the poison. The chain taught her.
Right.
Bonnie jumps up. That's not happening. Bah.
Yeah, she was asleep for like 2 seconds and she immediately like, nope.
Witch power. Psh.
And then she's like, I don't belong to the, like, to nature anymore or something like that.
It's me, witches. Psh. Slap. Elena is stabbed in the stomach, I guess, not the heart. Cole wants to cut Jeremy's arms off.
Yeah, he gets like a big butcher block knife.
He doesn't want the hunter's curse. Okay. Elena makes him stab himself. with the knife by accident. He's like, Shh.
I like how Cole says, "Don't worry, I'm gonna feed you my blood right after this." So he plans on cutting off his arms, but then healing him, and then Jeremy will just be armless and alive. That is Cole's plan. Speaking of all the plans,
funny.
But then he won't have
I didn't catch that.
He won't have his arms to finish the hunter's mark or to kill vampires.
Well,
yeah, he says it super fast. He's like, "Don't worry, mate. I'm gonna give you my blood and just shortly after."
Yeah, I don't want you
like
to die from blood loss from getting your arms cut off.
Yeah, because then he would have the hunter's curse.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
The double text.
I thought my phone's on vibrate. Oh, that was for your computer.
Jeremy sprays him. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Jeremy sprays him with vervain water, which established earlier.
Yeah, this is smart from Jeremy.
He stabs Cole. Cole sets on fire.
Yeah, Elena's like, "Now, Jer."
And Klaus is there, so mad.
He's just like, mouth agape. This is me. I'm doing Klaus.
Except you were like, "Oh," but he was like, "Ah," and he was like, his eyes were sad.
His eyes were sad,
and his mouth was mad.
Yeah.
Tyra invented the smize. Invent that.
I don't know. Yeah. And then
angry eyes.
He starts being like, I forget the words he says, but he says it like really sad at first, and then he gets mad.
Yeah, he's so mad. Okay, Klaus said they set a trap for Cole. I was going to make him suffer on my terms.
Yeah, there.
And he's like, I'm going to burn the house down. I'll kill you both. They try to talk him out of it. Okay, Klaus would have killed them anyway once they found the cure, he says. Except Klaus is a secret softie.
Right.
Bonnie shows up, tells Jeremy to invite Klaus in. All these people.
I know, it's like, again?
It would be $59.99.
Stop, that's
per
too
month.
scary. I don't like that. That scares me, actually.
It's kind of like Cable Guy-esque. Okay. Bonnie shows up. Okay. Bonnie puts him in the living room. Klaus is so mad he's yelling from the living room. She puts him in a mine box.
Yeah, he can't get out.
Rebecca is sad. Cole can't be dead.
Yeah,
Stefan has to break
tells
the
her.
news to her. Mm-hmm. He was going to hurt the people Stefan loves. He wants to find the cure for Rebecca. She doesn't trust him. Yeah, Stefan is like, yeah, kind of forget you and your family. Who cares? My friends are like way more important than you and your 1,000-year-old family.
Right. He's like, but they had no choice. He was going to kill them.
Yeah, it's like,
so
well,
they had to kill him.
What about my friggin' family's no choice? Uh-huh. We want to be 1,000.
Right. And more. But it's crazy to think about all of the people in Cole's lineage are also dead.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see like a Cerebro type
just some
thing of like
lights going out.
Yeah, we're just like do a quick montage, 5 vampires just like one's here, one's here, one's
all
here,
across
just
the
like
world, yeah.
like busting into flames, like bah, bah, bah. One's like playing Monopoly or whatever.
And one's like riding a public transit, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
How are they?
Show me that. Show me that.
Yeah.
Show me that. Okay. Show me that. Jeremy's hunter tattoo isn't growing, Ash.
No. And this when you were like, I was right. You thought you were right.
Yeah. Moments later. Okay. Damon comes up from the Vervain basement.
Mm-hmm. He's all like showered in. He didn't come from the basement. He comes from upstairs, I think.
Oh, he comes from his nice bathroom.
Yeah, he's like all like put together and like, hey guys.
He just scrubbed up with the moonstone.
I imagine he probably pounded some blood bags real quick.
Oh, yeah. He has the Silas headstone. Which
that's Stefan.
Oh, Stefan. Stefan, yeah, he has this because Rebecca gave it to him. It looks kind of like a head. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, and it's a rock, so it's like it's the headstone. It's kind of.
Yeah.
Is it his literal head? Okay.
To me, it looks like sort of a head thing, like wrapped in a sheet, because it's like so hard to see what it is.
So when I think of headstone, I think of like a circular.
Like at the cemetery.
Yeah, but is it literally a stone shaped like a head, or maybe like you put this thing on Silas's skeleton, and it's his face, and he's like, that's a Pete-diction right there.
Okay.
I think his headstone is literally his head. Pete-diction.
Okay. Well, they do need it, so it must be important.
I think that's his friggin' head. Okay. They're waiting for Jeremy's mark to grow. Klaus is trapped in the living room. That's not that, like, R. Kelly was trapped in the closet. Klaus is trapped in the living room.
And then Damon spills the beans on purpose to Elena that Stefan slept with Rebecca.
Damon, yeah.
Yeah.
Says that Stefan was naked in the sack with Rebecca. The bros are beefing. Hey, no brothers bond.
No.
The only bond is the sire bond. Yeah, they're really, like, hitting below the belt.
Right.
And not in the good way. So, yeah, everyone's there. They're fighting dirty.
And Elena gets, like, offended that he slept with Rebecca, but it's like, girl, you don't have any place to say anything anymore. You're with the brother. You have to accept all things that Stefan does with ladies.
Yep. That's the code. Jeremy rips off his shirt. It's happening.
He's
He kind of stops their beef. It's happening. The tattoo is
Which
growing.
is so dramatic. He rips it off. Like, he could have just also taken it off.
No.
But no, he had ripped
He could have done the thing where you take off your shirt, like, backwards, like they do in movies.
Yeah.
And, okay. Here's my thing. Okay, so tattoo grows. Okay, here's my thing. Do they assume that when they see this hunter's mark, that it's going to lead them to somewhere close? Like, they don't have to take a plane or something? Like, because they're like, we're so close to the cure. What if it's in Budapest? To me, it would be far away. I mean, I guess everything is in Mystic Falls for some reason. The friggin' bridge and the mill that made the white oak stone, ash, whatever. They made the bridge out of it.
And all those tunnels and
the
drawings on the caves.
But if I were to guess where a vampire was buried with Silas, even, is he a vampire?
Silas, I think he's a witch. I don't actually know if they say.
He's like a head witch. He's like a boss witch.
I don't know that they say. They say the cure. Yeah, I think they did, because they went back to when he died, and that's where they got the sword and that whole story.
Yeah, that archaeological dig, which Klaus had to take a plane to.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
he was gone for several days.
So
that's my train of thought.
If I didn't know that the show was in Mystic Falls, Virginia, or whatever, and you were like, where is this powerful entity buried at?
Right.
I would not be like, oh, Virginia.
Yeah, but you do know that a lot of them are vampires and they can whoosh places. But Klaus did still take a plane.
Right. Can you... if you're whooshing across the ocean, I would think that it would still take you... Like, it wouldn't take you 8 hours, but it would take you 5 minutes. So at a certain point, you'd be whooshing across the water, just like, all right, I'm whooshing across the water. And can they even whoosh across water? Mm-hmm. But anyway,
yeah, I mean, I would if I could.
To me, my whole point is, they're like, we're so close to the cure. Well, not necessarily, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Pete-diction. Silas isn't buried in Virginia. You're going to have to take his head to where his skeleton's at, put that head on the skeleton. He's going to come to life. His body's going to over his bones. And then he's going to be like,
Here's the cure.
You thought I had the cure? I actually have the poison.
How many fangs for this Pete?
2.
Oh, wow. He loved it?
Look, if they're talking about my man Lloyd Dobler holding the friggin' boombox, that's epic 80s stuff I like.
I'm glad that Stefan was, even though he was going to do the wrong thing with Rebecca that he did stay true to himself and like didn't just dagger her in such a mean way.
No, that would have been tight. Minus 0.3 fangs for that.
I'm glad he did that because it would have been really out of character for him to dagger her like that. There's a lot of planning going on. It's a little convoluted, but it was a good ep. It definitely kept your attention. I feel like the episode before was kind of boring. Like, not a lot was going on, and then this one had a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
There's some good, silly stuff. I think 2 fangs. I think I don't know if I've given 2 in a while, but I think I said I wouldn't. Well, actually, I have to do 1.9. I said I wouldn't give it 2 unless there was Stelena. So.
Yep. Steady standing.
Mm-hmm.
Ash.
Any other Pete-dictions?
I think I made
You made your claim?
my claim quite clear.
Okay.
Budapest, Nolans,
Head on the body.
head on the body. That's literally his head. Headstone. They turned his head into stone. That's how they got him to stop being a bad witch or whatever he is.
Yeah, I don't know that they've said specifically. I don't want to divulge too much.
No, please don't. Please, no spoilers. Every once in a while, I see an edit come across my desk on the Instagram, and I say no. I will not look at you.
You will learn more about Silas, though, so that's exciting.
Good. Can't wait.
You got any plugs? Plugs?
What is my
What
current?
about pugs?
I do have one pug.
One pug here, one pug over Le Rainbow.
I would say
You can't say one.
currently,
All right, fine.
I would say Venmo me to pay for this pug's food, this expensive food we feed her every day. No, I'm just kidding. My plugs are just Ash, I do have a plug.
What?
Okay, new Instagram
Oh, yeah.
at the letter C, Little Free Library, at EC Little Free Library. Ash got me a Little Free Library for my birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
Little Free Library stewards, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's exciting. We're painting it. We're going to be putting it together soon.
I would say, hey, let's try and have it up. If the ground isn't too frigid, let's try and have it up spring,
Yeah, that'd be good.
which is like next week. Mm-hmm. All right, we're wrapping up painting this Little Free Library official. Go follow that Instagram. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's the plug, is follow the Instagram to see like how we designed it, what books we're putting in there, etc., etc. It'll be another way to plug my stuff.
Yeah, check it out. And check out your other Instas.
At High Dive Publishing, at the Happenstances series, at EC Little Free Library.
All right. Read a book.